What up, guys? Welcome back to Sessions. Whatever you just heard a moment ago, we have not heard that yet. For those of you who are tuning into Sessions for the first time, we write, create, produce a full song, a full track within a day. And so whatever you just heard, that's the track we're going to create today.
And that's super weird.
It's very weird.
When we edited the video, we put that there. So it's like Inception.
Yeah.
Anyway, DJ's right. That's what we do. We built this song, and now we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get to the point of what you just heard. And now you can follow along, and you can hear the bass working with the drums. You can hear the guitars and why they're the way they are. You can hear some of our little synth tricks and realize that by the end of it, you're looking at 60, 70, 80 tracks of music that make up a real full sounding production. And that's why songs on the radio sound different from the songs that, like an amateur producer would do their first couple rounds. All those layers are necessary to create this big, huge sound, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and we're going to go step by step through the production and kind of cover everything as we go through. If there's something that we don't talk about, please comment below and ask us about it, and we'll get back to you, kind of engage in conversation and help you guys figure out how to put those into your own productions.
Yeah, so if there's anything that we need to do separately from this video, just comment, let us know, and I think that we could have no problem doing one just specifically on that subject.
Yeah, totally.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So what happened is we were kind of just trying to think of ideas that would lead us to more ideas. So we kind of had to start a little bit slow on this one. And the first thing we did was just come up with a bass line because we knew we kind of wanted like a 4 on the floor, just da 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 da, something to drive it. And we figured nothing better than good old fashioned pulse basses. So here it is. So you might not even be able to catch the rhythm yet, but we kind of talked a lot about how we were going to phrase everything. And we're hoping that drums will kind of tie everything together. But that's all we have for now. So I'll check back in after we get some more layers done.
What's up, guys? So I kind of went through after Daniel did his synth bass, and we added some drums. Did some cool stuff, just adding like a 4 on the floor kick, and then our standard snare and hats. But then we also went through, we kind of just dragged in a bunch of loops, and they just happened to work together. They were all in the same tempo, and they just worked. So I'm just gonna kind of run down. I'm gonna give you a full playback of what's going on, and give you the rundown. Here we go. So moving into the chorus, we've got this. So you can see there's kind of a lot of, we have our foundational kick and snare, but then there's a lot of little loops and percussions and triangles and all kinds of little things happening constantly. So those are our loops that just, we kind of lined up. And then we just structured the song out with the synth bass that we had. So that's everything on the drums, and we're going to move into synths and other cool sounds.
All right, guys. So I'm back again to run you through all of the synths. Just like every week, we add a number of synths just to kind of help with the texture, to help kind of fill in all the empty spaces that we have throughout the song. This week, we actually didn't have a load of synths. We kind of kept it down to just like 4 synths here. But they worked really well because the song is really a groovy song, so it wasn't like we had to add all these different synths to kind of make up for what we lacked in guitar or beat or whatever. Like the foundation really kind of keeps the song going itself. So I'll show you what we've got here. This first synth we call single notes. This is what it sounds like. That's all that is. Super simple. Happens in the intro during like the swell in, and it happens on each of the breaks. And so it just happens here or there. It sounds like it's going to be prominent, but it's not. It's just under there. You'll hear it at the very end when I show you what everything sounds like together. We added another synth here. It's very pad-like. It has the warmth of a pad, but we upped the velocity on it, so it kind of hits you. It has the feel of like a stab at the beginning of each note change. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So that was super cool, and it was even nicer because we were able to recycle that sound and use it for the bridge, actually. And we just brought down the velocity on it. We kind of added a little bit of reverb and a couple of other effects to it. So it sounds even more like a pad now in the bridge, and you'll see what it sounds like, and you're going to be surprised that it's even the same sound, but it definitely is. So that's that. And the last sound we used, we actually call it wind because it is literally just the sound of wind. We wanted to just have something that was under there making this just a little bit of a noise to kind of fill in all the spaces there. And I'll show you what that sounds like. Wind. Literally just wind, like I said. All right, so I'll show you what all this sounds like together. So it's pretty cool. So, I mean, everything there really helped fill out the area, and I don't really feel like we need any other synths. All right, guys, welcome back. We have just had lunch. We always have a lunch break in each of these videos. That's good. I think that's going to become like a thing for us.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm gonna
much.
have to take more B-roll of lunch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So just had lunch. We're all ready to keep going with this thing. We finished the beat. There are a couple things we're trying to touch up. We're going to get into lyrics in a moment. But we actually just hit up a friend of ours, David Mills. We felt like this song really needed some sax in it. And we kind of did this impromptu post on Facebook.
And I think he's terrified.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think
he
so
said,
too. Yeah.
He said, I know how to play depending on what you want.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But I mean, this guy plays everything and he's always super good at it. So
Totally.
I don't have any doubt that he'll do exactly what we need for the song. And then lyrically, I think, this is a pretty dark song.
It is. It's a very dark song.
So on the production end, Tyler?
I mean, it's been pretty cool just kind of going through the steps. We started out with just a simple synth bass, and then it just grew into this awesome, 80s style groove.
I think it was awesome that all those percussion loops just fell into place.
Yeah,
that
totally.
never happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
You always throw in some loops and then you're like, oh, I'll probably pick one or two. No, we use like 17 of them.
Yeah,
Like,
they all just fit together.
Yeah, so it works. So let's wrap up the beat, and I guess let's wait for David to get here and lay down some sax. All right, guys, so last time I checked in with you, I just had a pulse bass. Now, obviously, you guys heard from Tyler and all the cool drum work we did. Lots of great percussion loops going on to kind of really fill out the space. That's one of the tricks in production is like if you don't want to add a ton of different things, you add a lot of things doing very similar things, and it still fills up a lot of space, but it doesn't clutter anything. So I just laid down some guitars, so I wanted to show you guys these. I just did this one. So that's just one little staccato-y guitar, and then later on in the song we have some of these. That's all for the bridge, and then here to pair up with the pre-chorus. We're just trying to keep hooks going, and that's kind of the trick. It's like everything should be hooky, it should be fun. If you don't want it to be heard in the mix, don't add it. And so kind of all together with drums, bass, and these guitars, it sounds like this. And the chorus. The pre-chorus. And then into the chorus. So cool. By now you should start to see kind of where we're headed with this song. We have so many layers left to do, but that totally helped kind of give us focus on the feel of the song. Cool.
Hey guys, so I'm back real quick. I just wanted to give you a rundown on some cool stuff that we added. So we've got all the drums and the guitars and the synths and all those other cool sounds in. We've kind of got an arrangement going. But what I wanted to show you guys is we added these transitional whoosh and pitch risers that kind of just change the dynamics a little bit and kind of give you a little bit of a lift as we get into like the choruses and things like that. So I'm just going to play it back for you and let you hear what we've got so far. So these are the swooshes. So we've got two real quick. I just want to show you. One is more of a kind of a white noise filter, and then the other one has a little bit more of a pitch riser in it, so that way you kind of get that ascending rise in tension. So I'm just going to solo them out real quick and show you what they sound like by themselves. So you can see that one actually has 2 notes that are rising, and then we've got this other one that's more the white noise. And you can see it's kind of the same thing. It builds a rise, and there's a little bit of a rhythmic stutter in there that's within the tempo, so that way it kind of all fits in with everything else. But that's it.
Guys, this is David Mills. He swears he has no idea how to play it, but he said that about other things, and he always just kills it. So he's either lying or he has no clue how to play this thing.
Talking middle school experience here. Middle school.
Oh, it's like you either learn the recorder or you learn the section. Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Alright guys, we just finished the song, we're finally here. This is week, 3 of this?
3.
This is our 3rd time that we've done this. Every week...
Do you guys feel like the ideas are getting easier or harder?
I think it's different. We've kind of done different styles every week, so it's a little bit of a new challenge, but
and then last week with Justin, it kind of breaks up the monotony.
Yeah,
It does.
Especially,
yeah.
But I mean, this song's sick. Like,
It is. I think every week we get to this point and I'm always like worried when we get here in the morning. I'm like, I don't know if today's song is going to be any good. And it is a very big risk. But at the end of the day, so far at least, I love every song we've done.
Yeah, we've been pretty successful with it.
Definitely. I mean, I imagine myself actually listening to these, and I don't I listen to talk radio, so it's like these are fun to listen to. They're good like driving songs, they're good road trip songs, and they're good just like they're a little bit deeper too. Like it gives you something to think about, which is cool.
Totally.
That's kind of what we're trying to bring back into music as well, not just like dancing and whatever. It's
catchy
like
hooks,
catchy hooks. It's like music with a purpose. And
That's
so
right, yeah.
hopefully you guys will get something cool out of this.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of today, man?
Vocals really did turn out. I think that kind of really pulled the song together overall.
Yeah.
What you wrote for the song is really cool, and I love the idea that you kind of put behind it. So I think that was part of my favorite stuff.
Thank God, right? I don't know. This was definitely one of those songs that I wrote, and by the end I was like, okay, that's what I wrote. Like it wasn't a premeditated songwriting experience. But anyway, guys, if you like this song, if you don't like the song, we want to hear what you have to think about it. Comment below, share the video. We're really trying to help artists out there. I mean, as much as this is for entertainment, it is really important that we're here to inspire people,
Absolutely. And please subscribe to our channel. Share it with any musicians you guys might think would get a kick out of watching this. And so here it is, this week's song, Hide and Seek.